I received a phone call today from a gentleman that wanted to know if Swing Machine could trade stocks, and in particular, he wanted to know what Swing Machine would have done or would have decided with Tesla as a bit of a test, and I'm totally fine with that. So if you ever have a stock or a market that you've traded or you're trading and you want us to put or plug it into Swing Machine, we're happy to do that. Now the question I asked him was, well, on what interval? And I wasn't really sure. What do you mean by what interval? And I said, well, what is the interval in which you want to trade? Are you trading it on an hourly basis, a daily basis, a weekly basis, or a monthly basis? And he wasn't really sure, right? You do want to decide the interval before you go in and when you do your examination. Because what you don't want to do is you don't want to go into a stock or into a market, let's say on a 5-minute chart, get profitable, and think you can stretch it into a daily. That's never a good thing. It's okay to go into a stock on a daily basis. You look at it on a daily, you assess it on a daily, and then you choose to come out a few hours later or even 5 minutes later. That doesn't matter as much. You probably don't want to be doing it to that extent on a daily assessment coming out 5 minutes later. It's probably not a good idea. But if you do your assessment on the larger time frame, and then exit on a smaller time frame, that won't get you into too much trouble. In fact, you'll be playing fairly conservatively. But going in on a small time frame and trying to stretch it into something it isn't meant to be is where people get themselves into trouble. So let's look at Tesla, and we're going to plug it in here. And let's say you're a long-term investor, let's say. Oops, I didn't mean for that to go in on a daily, so you get a sneak peek. Let's put it on a monthly basis. Swing Machine would have told you, and did tell our members 14 months ago, just 14 months ago, at 62 split adjusted 62.98 at 4 p.m. on October 31st of 2019 to get long. And had you taken that trade, just widen this out here a little bit, and put $10,000 in there down to one share lot, you would have $72,800. And the trend on the monthly is strong, strong, strong. No reason in the world to come out. Well, Bagger, that's a little bit too big of a bite for me. I'd rather be a weekly trader. Okay, so let's get in here. Again, you're getting a sneak peek on. Let's bear with me here. We'll get the time frame. Let's put this on a weekly basis. 58 weeks ago, you could have gone in on October. Well, isn't this interesting? It was right around the same time. It actually turned out to be a week before, and sometimes that happens. Sometimes the weekly gets in a little bit before the monthly, and in this instance, it did. It didn't get as good of a price. It happened to be 65.63, which can happen, but one hell of a return, and the trend is very much intact. Now, if you are like most swing traders, you're probably looking at the daily, and this is the sweet spot for a Swing Machine. Just 157 days ago, at 141.98 at 4 p.m. on January, February, March, April, April 14th, and that trend is very, very strong. You could have turned $10,000 into $26,000. Well, Bagger, I'm more of a short-term guy. I'm like 2-3 days. How about that hourly level? What does Swing Machine say there? Well, let's take a peek. Now, you never really know because the hourlies will move around quite a bit. So let's change the time frame here down to an hourly basis. Just 35 hours ago. 35 hours ago. At 10:30 a.m. on November 17th, Swing Machine said get long at 447.86. And if you had put $10,000 in, you would be up 1,644 or 16.5%. And the hourly trend is good, good, good all the way across. Folks, my name is Don Marshall, otherwise known as Bag of Don. This tool is called Swing Machine. We use it for trading stocks, ETFs, futures, and we trade it on an interval of our choosing. It is a disciplined, mechanical, consistent approach to the markets for trading. It does not use moving averages. We couldn't get this type of consistency with moving averages or MACDs or stochastics and things of that sort. Those things have their places around the fringe, but Swing Machine gives us everything we need to help manage our risk. If this approach to the markets interests you and you want to be able to plug in your stock, let us know. And if you want to test us, send us an email, give us a call. We're happy to give an assessment on any one of your stocks. I'm Bag of Don, Stock Market Caddy. My phone number is 813-758-8263. Thanks so much.